Hello everybody and welcome to a review, Eclectric Reviews, and today's review is Amorphis, Queen of Time, as you might have been able to read from the name below anyway. What can we say about this album? Well, it's Amorphis. If you know Amorphis, you pretty much know what to expect. Wonderful, epic, sweeping vistas, crunching metal riffs, clean, perfect vocals coupled with giant growls and shredding guitars, keyboard washes and all the things that go with it. That's Amorphis all the time. Every album. Every single album. How do they keep doing it? Because you'd think, well, they've done that before. Yeah, I can't keep doing it. I'll be a bit bored with the next one if it's the same. They've got a sound, and yet their sound works constantly over and over again. It's no surprise, I think, you'll get from this that I really rate this album. Basically, at the moment, this is my #1 album of this year, and I can't see it being toppled very easily. Could be wrong, something amazing might come along during the year, but the Queen of Time really does stand alone in its level of musicianship, its level of writing, its level of sheer power. This is music that you listen to standing on top of a mountain just going la. It's that kind of music. Not glacial, no, just epic. Amorphis have always specialised in epic. But this is epicur. No, not epica. Epicur. It's everything's just been ramped up another level. If previous albums were ramped up to 10, they've actually gone up to 11. They've done a Spinal Tap, they've turned everything up to 11, and they've really gone for it. They're even more confident, they've even got more self-belief in what they do. And the thing is, they've added even more elements to their sound. There's even more Egyptian, Middle Eastern style things coming into certain tracks. There are lots and lots of different instruments being used. If I just have a quick look at the booklet. They've got grand piano. I think they've had that in the past. They've got choirs, there's Latin lyrics, strings, tin and low whistles, loads of additional percussion, saxophones, ode singing, throat singing, vocoders. They just threw everything into it, and they've just produced another masterpiece. I think it's about their 13th studio album, and they just keep getting better and better all the time. There have been one or two albums which have gone like, that's a really good album. It's not as good as the one before it, but then they've released another album after that, which betters them all. And this is by far the top of the tree for me. Really, Skyforger was and is their greatest ever album. Probably because it was the first one of theirs that I ever listened to. And those songs are imprinted in my brain. So if you go a top 10 of all time, Skyforger's in there. Will this be at the moment? No, because I've only had it a month. So there's no chance of it breaking into that. I'm not Johnny Go Late, you know, I'm not fly by night. Hey, it's in, it's straight away, it's in, it's just brilliant. I could get bored with it tomorrow. Probably won't. This is awesome. But I always put in these caveats. Anyway, as to the songs, the opening song, The Bee, was the first song they released on YouTube as the promo. I wasn't hugely impressed or excited by it. It was an alright song. Overly growly in there for me. Although on my laptop, which sound isn't great, it wasn't as impressive as it could have been. But when I got the album and kicked it off, of course, with The Bee, because you know you've got to listen to the whole album all the way through several times, It exploded out of the speakers. It is pretty damn impressive. Still not my favourite track by them, but its level went up into my estimation. It's a decent song. Of the other singles they released, Wrong Direction, love that song. It is pretty much their ballad, the big epic ballad. It's just plain stunning. I mean, what else can you add to these things? And then we've got Amongst Stars, which features Annika van Giersbergen on guest vocals. She's done a song before with them, can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. This is just a stunning song. It's just, you know, the superlatives just keep coming. Of my favourites, other than those ones that I've mentioned that have already been released, I would say The Golden Elk is just a cracking piece of music. We Are Cursed, even though it is a growly song, basically it's a growly song all the way through, with one short passage where he's got clean vocals, but the music in that song is just so bloody amazing. I have to keep playing it, even with the rah 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 rah. But his growls aren't as bad as some people's, so, you know, it's just my own personal bias against that kind of vocal sound. But every song pretty much impresses. You can play every song individually and it pretty much impresses. As you listen to an album as a whole, of course, some songs are bigger than others to you, stick in the mind more than others to you, and get a hold of your heart than others do. The one thing about the UK release, probably European release, probably the worldwide release, the limited edition, they call it limited edition, digipack. How limited is it? I don't know. It has 2 extra songs, As Mountains Crumble and Brother and Sister. Both of those songs are brilliant. They're not just add-ons, they're brilliant. And why, when the standard jewel case is released, they won't be on there, which is probably the plan, or at least that's what you get from the way they say, hey, there's a bonus track to the digipack, limited edition digital. It's like, why won't they be on there? What is the point in doing that to people? It's like, there's a bonus track from Japan, for Japan I should say, which I've reacted to on this channel. Yes, I have paused it. If people want to go and listen to it, apologies. And I know it was taken off. Somebody said it's been taken off YouTube, the standalone on its own, but it is available on SoundCloud. So just check out my YouTube to see what the name of the title of the song is and pop over to SoundCloud and you can listen to it. Why isn't it on this? Some people say, oh, it's because of the history of Japanese music industry and you have to do this for them, you have to do that. Things have changed a lot in the modern world and record companies just need to grow up and learn that they've changed a lot, and doing that sort of thing pees people off a little bit. But all the same, Queen of Time, best album of the year so far, no doubt. If you haven't listened to any Amorphis yet, check out my reactions, then check out the proper videos, and if you like metal, if you like progressive metal, if you like epic, standing on a mountain, yowling metal, then you will love this album. It's pretty much guaranteed. If you don't, you need to go to the hospital and get seen to, because there's something wrong somewhere. There's a little switch that hasn't switched on properly, and they'll need to go, and then you'll go, oh, love it, because this is a stunner. And that's my simple review. See you for another one later. Bye bye.